Welcome to the recap with Dara on Idea TV, where we bring you up to speed with the latest happenings of the week. This is where we pause, look back at headlines shaking our world, and tell it just as it is, the way it really feels. But before we dive into what we have for you today, let's take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Starting off with education, the very foundation of every society. This week, the government shut down not one, not two, but 22 illegal colleges of education across the country. 22. Just imagine the number of students affected, young people who thought they were securing their future only to wake up to reality that the schools they have trusted all their life are illegal. Now, the government is calling them certificate milers, and honestly, that is the right word to use. Because at the end of the day, education is supposed to build futures, not sell fake promises. For me, this crackdown is a wake-up call. Yes, it is good that these schools have been shut down, but what about the students already caught in the middle? What happens to them? Do they just get absorbed into real institutions, or are they left stranded? This is a reminder that in a country where education already feels like a battlefield, young people shouldn't have to fight this extra mile or war against fraud. Now, our next story sounds like it came straight out of a movie. A 50-year-old widow, a fashion designer arrested by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency for trying to traffic cocaine disguised as a pregnant woman. She was caught at a bus terminal in Yaba, Lagos, on her way to deliver the consignment. And when investigators pressed further, she admitted that the trade was something she inherited from her late husband. Imagine turning grief into an excuse to carry on crime. For me, this story is a mix of shock and sadness. Shock because the creativity people put into crime is something unbelievable. And then sadness because it shows just how deep the drug problem runs. And it is not just about the addicts. It is about families. It is about businesses, even people we would never suspect. And the bigger question here is this. If someone who has been in fashion over 20 years could get pulled into this, how many more are quietly walking the same dangerous path? Well, that is the question we would want you to answer on our platform. Moving on, now this one hits deep. Imagine this, a king, King Tara of Madagascar, killed more than a century ago during the colonial war. Not only was he killed, his head was cut off and shipped all the way to France. And for 128 years, his skull just sat there in a museum. Fast forward to today, and finally, France has handed it back. His people, his descendants, can lay him to rest with dignity, and honestly, it is emotional. Because it is not just about bones, it is about respect, it is about peace, of history that was stolen before and being returned home. For me, also, it is a reminder of how much Africa lost, not just treasures, not just land, but even the remains of our leaders, treated like artifacts. So yes, the return matters, but also raises a question. How many more are still out there waiting to come back home? Okay, this is an exciting one. Ghana is stepping into the future with a bold move. $100 million to make the country Africa's very first AI-powered agricultural hub. And what this means is that farmers, these smallholders farmers who actually feed the nation, will get access to satellite technology, precision farming tools, and real-time data that can literally predict crop yields. In simple terms, better harvest, less waste, and more money in their pockets. But here is what I really like. It is not just tech for tech's sake. This deal is about making farming smarter and giving young people jobs in the process. Imagine a new generation of African farmers who can check their phones to know when to plant or when to harvest. That is the kind of innovation that actually changes lives. So if Ghana pulls this off, it won't just be a win for them. It could spark a whole agricultural renovation across Africa. And maybe we'll just stop talking about food insecurity like it is our permanent destiny. Now ending the recap on a sad note, another scar in ABUJA, KADUNA line. A train derailed this week. Coaches of the track, passengers running in panic, but thankfully no deaths have been recorded yet. But the people on that route, the fear alone is heavy. Remember, this is the same line terrorists attacked in 2022. So when you sit on that train, you're already anxious. Add this derailment on the top of that, this is draining. So Nigerians don't ask for much, just safe travel, but even that feels like too much sometimes. And that's where we wrap it up today on the Recap with Dera, right here on Idea TV. So from illegal schools to fake pregnancies, from Ghana's AI renovation to train jumping off tracks, these stories remind us that Africa is moving, sometimes forward, sometimes stumbling, but always moving. Till next time, keep your eyes open, keep your mind sharp, and never stop asking the hard questions. I am Dera Okere, and this has been the Recap on Idea TV. Thanks for watching.